Government spokesperson Madam Tipakon Jantavongsa told a press conference held shortly after the government's two-day open meeting wrapped up on Friday that the government has outlined the focus of its work plan for 2023, vowing to take stronger action to revitalize the stagnating economy, notably by stabilizing currency exchange rates, curbing inflation, and amassing more revenue to boost its spending power.
23ต้นต่อแม่นสืบต่อสุมใส่สู่สนรักษาเสถียรภาพทางด้านเศรษฐกิจ
Government spokesperson Madame Tipakon said we will absolutely not allow our country to default on its debts.
แผนงบประมาณแห่งรัฐและแผนเงินตราติดพันกับ2วาระแห่งชาติตามที่ได้กำหนดไว้ซึ่ง
The pledge is part of the government's continuing efforts to fulfill the goals of its two national agendas, which aims to ease the country's economic and financial difficulties and stem the rising tide of drug trafficking. Chaired by Prime Minister Dr. Sonsai Siphandon and attended by cabinet members, the mayor of Vientiane, provincial governors, and representatives of various state agencies, the meeting discussed ways to minimize the vulnerability of the country's macroeconomy to external shocks. Although the economy has showed signs of recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic, the cost of goods and services has increased significantly, with year-on-year inflation surging to 39.27% last month. Meeting participants agreed to speed up the digitalization of revenue collection and create new sources of revenue while working hard to minimize financial leaks. A greater focus will also be placed on repaying money owed by the government to private companies that carried out state-funded development projects. The repayment of these debts would give these companies greater liquidity so they have sufficient capital to finance more development schemes. In addition, the government will not take on any non-essential state-funded projects, but will instead concentrate on poverty reduction programs. Another priority on the program for 2023 is the continued reform of state-owned enterprises, improvement of the investment climate, and a push for further progress in approved foreign-funded development projects.
คนขั้วเลยจัดสรรแรงทุนเพื่อส่งเสริมให้ผู้ประกอบการผลิตภายในติดพันกับการปรุงแต่งกสิกรรมเป็นสินค้าเพื่อส่งออกทดแทนการนำเข้า
Madame Tipakon, who is also deputy head of the Prime Minister's office, said it was essential to promote productivity as well as the processing of agricultural produce for export while also reducing imports. The government meeting also endorsed 5 important documents. The first was a report on the implementation of the government's focal programs for 2022 and the plan for 2023. The second was a draft decree concerning the duties and responsibilities delegated to state sectors for the implementation of socioeconomic development, budget, and monetary plans for 2023. The third was a report on the difficulties and challenges facing businesses in Laos, in which the sectors concerned were instructed to further improve the business environment and provide more support for business growth. The fourth document was a report on Laos-Vietnam cooperation, which urged the sectors concerned to push for the continual progress of various development projects, including Vung Ang Seaport and Nong Khang Airport in Hua Phan Province. The final document was a report on revenue collection in 2022 and plans to digitalize revenue collection in 2023. The government will also strive to modernize operations at all international border crossings this year.